Welcome back to our channel Reviewers Person. Today, I'm going to review the book named The Wimpy Kid, but not from the Wimpy Kid series. The Wimpy Kid, not from the Wimpy Kid series? Okay, so the answer is that this book is not one of the books from the Wimpy Kid series. This book is the movie diary, the Wimpy Kid movie diary, how Greg Heffley went Hollywood. What comes into your mind with this title or subtitle? Movie diary, how Greg Heffley went Hollywood. First of all, this is Greg Heffley. If you don't know him, you can go back to the previous videos. You can check out my playlist of book reviews and come to know who Greg Heffley is. I've given a collection of reviews of the Wimpy Kid books. How Greg Heffley went Hollywood. What comes into your mind? Okay, so what comes into your mind is that in this book, Greg Heffley is going Hollywood. Greg Heffley is going to become an actor. He's trying to become an actor in this book. But no, that's not the thing. The thing is that Greg Heffley is becoming Hollywood for real, in real life, in real world. Greg Heffley is just a cartoon character inside the book, but he is coming to life in the real world. So your doubt would be that, is he a real living person whom Jeff Kinney is writing about? No, he's not a real living person, but there's someone else who's acting on his behalf. And do you know the first four books from the Wimpy Kid series? Here they are. Zoom in. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Last Straw, and Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Dog Days. These four books were filmed as a movie, and it was brought to the real world, and people who don't read books went to see the movie. And this book is all about how that movie came into life, who all were behind it, who all were acting behind the scenes. And Jeff Kinney writes about all of them in detail, including a few amounts of humor in it. He talks about who the characters were, how the characters were chosen around the world, and who the director was, who the producer was, and what all the directors and the producers did to make the movie successful. And he also talks about the sound editor, what he does, about the cameraman and lightings are needed, cameraman, and about them. He talks about the editor. He talks about how they had party after the filming, how they had breaks in between filming, and who acts instead of the actor when he is not present, and who did act in the movie, some extras, how did some other people come into the movie without even any acting experience. All about that is in this book, including few amounts of humor, some qualities of humor. Humor was also too good in this book. So this book is already recommended for ages 9+. If you would ask me, I would recommend it for ages 8+. Because 9+ is good, because children below 9 won't know what movies are and how it goes on. So as you see here, what I explained is written over here. Go behind the scenes with Jeff Kinney and the making of Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. Okay, so the first 4 books were brought as a movie, and this book is all about how it has been brought. And this book, let me read a few lines from the book for you so that it would make you feel interested, and then you can decide whether to read this book, because this book won't be suiting everybody's taste of reading books. Let me take some random page. Okay, this one. The Perfect Spot. Now that the 2 lead actors were chosen, it was time to figure out where the movie would be filmed. The 2 important actors, Greg Heffley and Dolly Jefferson, were being chosen, and they are going to decide which place to choose for the shooting, the film. It has to be an American place because in the actual book it is from America. The story is happening in America. But these producers, they choose a very, it's a good place, but then it's not in America. The producers searched for a place that looked like a typical American town they considered Rhode Island, Michigan, and lots of other places in the United States. So it's weird that they ended up finding the perfect American town in Canada. So they chose Vancouver for the Diary of a Wimpy Kid's first book because the houses and schools in the suburbs look just like the ones in the United States. Plus lots of other movies are filmed in Vancouver. In fact, so many movies are made there that people call it Hollywood now. So you came to know where the movie was filmed. So this is just one page out of 247 pages in this book. So imagine how in detail Jeff Kinney has explained what's happening in the movie, like what is happening behind the movie. And if you finish looking at the movie and then you read this book, it's actually good because you come to know where there were fake things happening and where there were true things happening. You'll understand when you read this book. So yeah, I really love reading this book, and I hope you do and enjoy reading it. Thanks for watching.